Hello viewers, today I'm going to show you this 2014 Toyota Hilux. Now, with the popularity of small pickup trucks in the US, I thought I'd show you what's available in other countries. This particular one came from Mexico and it is built in Thailand, so it's sort of like the same vehicle that they would get that compares to a Tacoma, similar. So I'm going to show you around, and then we're gonna see all the features and the differences, I guess, that you can find between this and a US spec pickup truck. Okay, let's start a look around at the 2014 Toyota Hilux. Now, the first thing we see is the side profile. This is a two-wheel drive truck. It's not a four-wheel drive, and it is pretty high off the ground. It's lifted, so it's typical of what you find in a lot of countries where the roads are not that great, and so you need something with a little more clearance to get around. Now, to give it that macho or that rugged look, you have these very prominent fender flares, front and back, and they're color coordinated. Now, this is actually a base truck. It's not a very high spec truck, and I'll show you what that means. This is of course a running board guard. That one is added by the owner, so it's not a factory item. Now, the wheels are the size is 255/70 R15. This is what the truck came with. This is the standard size. So even though we have big tires, still have 15-inch wheels, which is pretty common. You can see in the rear you have drum brakes, which is not something you find in a US truck nowadays. Most everything has gone to rear disc as well. And there you see the underside, very similar to a US truck. I did want to point out that even though you have a base truck, you still have chrome mirrors with the turn signals integrated, but the door handles are just plain black. If we move to the front, you'll see the Toyota design language, that carries across the vehicles across all countries, and pickup trucks, cars. They have the same or similar style. This one comes with fog lights, and I believe those are also standard from the factory. As we look to the side, same thing. You have this beefy guards. If we look at the back, you continue to see the Toyota design language. One feature that you have is you have a lock for the tailgate, and you have the brake light on the tailgate as well. Now, normally on a US built truck, you would have it back there on the window, on the rear window. So this makes it easier, the way this is mounted. This makes it easier to have a camper and still have the third brake light, but it probably doesn't meet US regulations. Now, opening the rear tailgate gives us just a standard steel bed, same size as you would find in a US truck. It's very basic, and it does have some tie downs, but no power ports or anything of the sort. Just a basic bed, that's all you get. Now let's take a tour of the inside of the 2014 Toyota Hilux. As you can see, the door cards are made of very durable plastic and cloth, but they're very basic. You have a cup holder, a pocket, and basic controls. You have an automatic driver's window and your lock out. As we move to the dash, you see the mirror controls. That security is just a light. There's no button there. And these are of course blanks. I'm sure there's options that you can get. And then this is your cup holder. Now the steering wheel is typical Toyota, but note that this steering wheel does not have an airbag. It just has a horn button, and that's about it. Now as we look at the inside, you notice regular tachometer. This is in kilometers, speedometer in kilometers. The required temperature and fuel gauges. On this side you have a aftermarket screen, your AC control, basic exhaust and recirculating, hazard lights, and very basic AC controls. As you move down below, you see there's just 2 power ports and a defrost. Here's your stick shift, and on your stalk you have the controls for the fog lights and your regular lights. If you look over here, this is not an airbag, this is a glove box, and there's a glove box beneath it, and there's another cup holder. The other side is very basic as well. But you do have grab handles on the front pillar and on the side. Up top you have glass for your glasses, glass case, lights, and that's about it. There's one interesting thing in that the gas cap door or gas door unlock and the hood unlatch are right next to each other, so it's really easy to open both. Now this may be weird for us because you know that you can confuse them, but in Mexico it's very common for gas attendants, for gas stations attendants to check your oil and fluids. So it's very common to have that like that, so you open both at the same time, so you can put gas in it and check your fluids. Here's your center console. You've got a regular handbrake, place for your stuff, no covers, no armrest, a place for your pesos or dollars, and just your stick shift. Now if you open the gas cap, you notice that it's just very simple. It says unleaded fuel only in Spanish, and that's it. There's no other stickers of any sort. Now let's take a look at the back seat area, and as you expect, it's very roomy in here, excuse the mess, but there's no back pockets, no power ports. You have a place for your cups, and that's about it. It's a very basic truck. Now, to make the best use of it, there's a cord here that you pull, and you can move the seats up just like that. And down here you have some storage, very small, and a place for your jack and the equipment to change a tire. The seats are basic, and on the door, same thing. You have just your power window control, your door locks, and cup holder or glass or bottle holder, and a pocket. Now let's go up front and look at the engine. Make sure we get the right one. Let's open her up. Now here's the business end of this Hilux. As I explained before, this is like a vehicle made in Thailand. You can see that. It has a 2TR-FE engine, which I believe is also shared with the US made Tacoma. Nothing to see here. It's just, you know, if you've seen a Toyota truck, you kind of know what they look like, and so this is no exception. It's a nice, reliable engine, and you can probably get it serviced at a US dealer because of its compatibility with the Tacoma. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video, and I hope I gave you a good insight on what other countries get that we don't get, and maybe Toyota will bring some of these trucks to our market.